I don't even know what to say. I mean, I figured that, you know, you get the bad and you get the good. Like I feel like I'm not going to sit here and just react to good games for the Knicks. I'm not going to sit here and celebrate, and that's the only thing I do here. I think that it's important that I come on here and dissect a game like this. We knew it was never going to be easy. I just don't think any of us expected it to be this hard. Generational collapse tonight. I mean, I've obviously witnessed my fair share over the past few months. I obviously remember, and I'm sure plenty of you out there remember what the Yankees did in Game 5 in the fifth inning of the World Series. I think at that point the series is already over. Only one team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in baseball history. So I didn't think that there was a chance. Get lost, Big Mike. I want to ban you. Shut up. I mean, what can you say? What can you say after a loss like that? It was maybe the most heartbreaking thing that I've ever witnessed. I can't. I'm trying to reason with this. I'm trying to come to terms with what just happened. And I think it might take me a little bit longer of a time than just coming on here and giving my immediate thoughts. Like, this is just how I feel and, what I saw, and just, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And again, like I said, like it's never easy with this franchise. It's never easy. Like you finally get to a point where you make a conference finals for the first time in 25 years. You're up. I don't even know the exact stat. I was working middle of this game, and I was losing my mind watching this. But the Knicks had a significant lead. The Pacers scored 20 points over the last 2.5 minutes. I can't believe it, guys. I cannot believe that the Knicks blew this. I mean, if there was ever a team that could do it, though, it's this Pacers team. We saw it in Game 2 of their series with the Cavs, completely stealing that game out of thin air. Out of thin air. The Cavs had a 9-point lead with 35 seconds to go, and they lose the game. And this is even worse. A lot of things didn't go the Knicks' way down the stretch. They didn't play any defense on the three-point line. They also kind of got screwed on that goaltend. I missed exactly what the call was on the OG Siakam play that Rick Carlisle challenged, and it got overturned. I wish Tom Thibodeau didn't use his challenge so early on in the game just to lose it. I thought that was a disaster. That set them up for failure. But all that being said, the Knicks should have never lost this game. I mean, all you have to do down the stretch of the game is defend the three-point line. Force them into the paint. Force them, to take layups, take contested layups, but do not let them get off threes. And the Knicks just did time and time and time again. I feel like every possession down the court, the Knicks were allowing a wide open three. And you got to give credit to Aaron Nesmith, who shoots 8 for 9 from 3 in this game. I think that you could put this loss on the Knicks. Like, they lost the game. But if it wasn't for historical performance down the stretch from him, and then, that shot from Halliburton going up 15 feet in the air and falling through the hoop, I just think that there were a lot of things that went wrong here for the Knicks. But at the end of the day, they never should have been in position to lose this game. And yet they did. And here we are down 0-1 instead of what should have been 1-0. I mean, I watched the game. I obviously, as everyone else did, watched it unravel. And I can't help but admit that I thought the Knicks would win the game. I mean, how could you not? Up 20 points. I'm going, okay, give me a second. I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you, Big Mike. Shut up, dude. Lost my train of thought because of these idiotic comments. No, I just think that you get into a position like that where you're up so many points and you can't play not to lose. You still got to play to win. And look at that. From punching my desk. I didn't even realize that. I'm bleeding. Go on. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Knicks should be up 1-0 right now. They're not, because of, again, one of the worst collapses I've ever seen. And I'm sitting here trying to reason with it. This is just my immediate reaction. I'm not, really, breaking down any stat. I don't even know what to say. Like I don't know what to tell you about why the Knicks lost this game. It was just a pathetic, historic collapse. I think it is one of the worst losses in franchise history, and we'll see how bad it turns out based off how the series goes. I just don't think you can give up a game like this in a conference finals and expect to win. The Knicks threw away this game completely. They had 2 games handed to them in the first 2 games of the Boston series. Well, they just handed a game to the Pacers. A game that not only was winnable, not only did the Knicks play extremely well throughout, but a game that was completely won. The game was over. And I saw all these idiots on Twitter, some people that I follow. I'm going to directly call out at Nick Central, Alex B, who I've had on here multiple times, and we kind of got into it over text, and I called him out over Twitter, just like, knowing what this Pacers team possesses and the fact that they could score in bunches, they're very adept at, playing quickly. Like, how could you possibly think that game was over? I never for once believed that game was over. And, we got a real comment here. Our friend said this is Thibs' fault. Thoughts? I mean, it's on everyone. It's not just on Tom Thibodeau. I'll say that. Like, it's not, you can't just sit here and be like, oh, Tom Thibodeau. Like, his rotations were good throughout this game. He tried to play different players. He tried to do different things. He went to double big lineup in the second half. I don't think that this loss falls on Tom Thibodeau, even though there were some things he could have done better, like not call that challenge in the middle of the third quarter and having to waste that. Brunson doesn't foul out either way. Finish the game with 5 fouls. I don't know. I think that, also the Knicks get 2 solid looks on that last possession. They had a chance. And they, oh man, this is really tough. This is difficult. If they lose this series, I don't think I'll ever get over this loss. I mean, it's going to sting just as bad as the Yankees one, but maybe worse, because the series was winnable. It's the first game. I mean, maybe I think that probably that first Yankees loss in the World Series when Aaron Boone put in Nestor Cortez instead of Tim Hill, like that was really bad. I think this might take the cake though with how locked in I've been to the Knicks. Like, oh man, I going into Memorial Day weekend, this is like the last thing I wanted. Maybe the Knicks win game 1 and the Pacers take game 2, but starting off the series with a loss, especially that bad of a loss in which so many things had to go wrong down the stretch, but the Knicks lost the game. I keep saying this, but the Pacers never should have been in a position to take that game. The Knicks completely played themselves into this loss. And the Pacers took it. Got to give them credit. Again, I just don't understand how that Halliburton shot went in. Like, I'm sure people won't know this, but like, I don't know how my bag extends this far, but like, I remember on one of those old documentaries watching like NBA, Don Nelson hit a shot that bounced 15 feet up in the air and went back in. That's what this reminds me of. It also reminds me of the Kawhi shot, even though it didn't bounce off the rim 5 times. Like, that ball goes slightly to the right, slightly to the left. I mean, it's one of the luckiest shots I've ever seen in my entire life. But again, the Knicks never should have let the Pacers into that position. They should have never given them a chance to even compete in this game. And, I'm not going to, oh yeah, I really did bleed. And I'm not going to sit here and take too much time out of your nights. I feel like, maybe, maybe you've heard too much about it. Maybe, you want to get some sleep. You want to get over it. Aaron Nesmith goes 8 for 9 from 3 tonight. There was no player on the Knicks who played nearly that well. Jalen Brunson puts up 40 points. Congratulations to him. Did he win? No, they didn't. So that obviously was for nothing. And man, I'm trying to sit here and trying to come to terms with what I just saw. I mean, the Knicks played a lot better than the Pacers the entire game. Mitchell Robinson did his thing on the offensive glass. He's just a massive factor. I mean, Mitch, what more can you say about him? But yeah, I mean, it's just like, you can't lose that game. You can't lose that game in this big of a spot in the Garden. You get gifted a second chance because Halliburton's foot is somehow on the line, the reverse KD. And then instead of showing up in overtime, you do nothing and you allow the Pacers to win that game. I mean, again, you got to give credit to Aaron Nesmith for having an unbelievable game. Fuck. I can't believe they lost the game. I can't believe they lost that game. I don't even have anything else to say. I hope the Knicks don't blow this series now. I hope they don't lose. Like, you know how the Knicks are going to respond to game 2. It's just going to be, I mean, if the Knicks lose game 2, man, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there. And I'm, very much not looking forward to this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, which should be an enjoyable time with everyone's friends. And, it should be, low stress, relaxing weekend, but it is now not that. So my weekend's ruined. The Knicks just lost the worst game they've lost in 30 years. The Reggie Miller 8 points in 9 seconds game. Like, this might take the cake over that. And Halliburton gives up, the choke sign. It ends up being a 2-pointer, not a 3. It didn't win the game. And the Knicks allowed the Pacers to go into overtime and win the game. They had their chances. Again, they got two good looks. Cat got that wide open 3. I knew it was short the second it left his hand. Obviously wanted to hope as a fan and as someone who's watched almost every Knicks game this year that shot would go in. I can't believe it. And I needed to fire this up. I needed to, try to come to terms with this, as I'm sure all of you are trying to do right now. But I think I just need to hit the hay. I need to just relax and maybe go to sleep. And they just ruined my next 2 days. This just ruined. Oh my God, this is terrible. I'm not going to make this about myself. I'm sure it ruined all your days too, but pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Really pathetic. It's just the worst loss that I've ever seen. I can't believe it. All right, that'll do it. Again, I need to also check this out. It's actually a pretty deep cut. But yeah, that's all I got. What else can you say? They blew the game. They never should have blown that game. They blew it. What else is there to say? I'll talk more about it tomorrow. I'll come on here, discuss it, dissect it. I'm gonna study what happened in the game. Like, I'm not, I don't really have any stats in front of me right now. I don't think I really need to. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good call back there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you lose that game. I don't. All right, everyone. Try to get some sleep tonight. Try to forget about this one. Move on to the next one. That's certainly what I'm going to try to do while I patch up my deep cut that somehow I didn't even realize. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Stay tuned for what I got coming your way. Again, more detailed, in-depth breakdown, but pathetic.